A new study has found that the farmhouse where Robert Burns wrote many of his poems and songs, including Tam O'Shanter and Auld Lang Syne, is of exceptional significance. Ellisland Farm was built by Burns for his family in 1788. And although he only spent 3 years there, it was one of his most prolific periods of his life. Our arts correspondent Pauline McLean reports.
The way you round up sheep may have changed, but little else has since Burns was farming here more than 200 years ago.
I don't think he chose it for the ground. It's quite a challenging place to farm. It's quite hard. It's hungry soil, meaning it's quite light soil. It needs a lot of feeding.
And this is the house which Burns built for Jean Armour and his growing family. A new study found it to be the most authentic and best preserved of all Burns' former homes. But it does require £500,000 of repairs.
It could have been an awful lot worse, and this farm has avoided the large agricultural buildings and knocking down of older farmsteads, which otherwise you might find on surrounding farms. And so we're very fortunate that although there's a lot of repairs required and improvements required, the farm is in good heart.
Burns lived at Ellisland for just 3 years, but it was here that he wrote some of his most famous work.
He paced up and down this way, and they say that Tam O'Shanter is a walking poem. So you walk to the beat along this river, and that's the rhythm that you say Tam O'Shanter to. You walk along, and it is, if you say it to yourself, it's like Burns is walking alongside you, saying the poem with you.
Those who've lived here since Burns left have always opened their doors to visitors who want to see what inspired him. But a new trust, set up just 2 years ago, wants to make this a destination on the Burns Trail.
It's such a special place. As the conservation study shows, it's the most authentic of all the homes that Burns lived in. It's the most unspoiled, and of course he designed it himself. And to tell the story of Burns in music, because a quarter of his musical output was produced here, so we hope in the longer term to have people come in here and be inspired.
The farm sits on the road between Burns' birthplace and his last resting place, and the Trust hope that once visitors can return, they'll make this a regular stop-off and help preserve this place which was so inspirational to Robert Burns. Pauline McLean reporting, Scotland, Ellisland Farm.